sadly, at the end of last year when we had 14 and then we started the year with 5, I think at that point I sort of predicted the timeline from then on, which sadly has come true. But yeah, it's a hard reality, and I think there are some people still who would like to launch a rescue operation, and people really care about the school out here, and so to see it closed. And I think the worst thing would be to see it closed with weeds growing up, and I think that for me that's something that I know the community care very much about, that the building doesn't sit here looking shabby. But the school has been the centre for many people. I think that farming communities are very different now. People are very much more mobile, cars are better, the roads are better, and most families would take their children in a couple of times a week for swimming or for cubs or rugby, and so families I think feel more attached to town now than they ever did. And I think the positives in a school like this are huge. The relationships that the children have, the older children with the younger children, the way that they're cared for and looked after, the role modelling that goes on, all those are amazing, and those things don't happen in town schools, just because of their size.
Nikki had 5 years here and she's a year 6. And with Nikki being a heart kid, I didn't want her too far away, didn't want her travelling every day. At the beginning of the term there was 5, she was quite happy, but she was getting a little bit withdrawn and needed more kids. And she wanted to come to Rangi. She loved this school. She was in tears the other night when we were talking about going to the other school. She didn't really want to go. My kids have all loved it here. They've had they've done all well out of it. To us it feels wrong, even going to another school. You support your local one, your community and everything.
My family and I are devastated by the closure. Here, without the school, I can see Rangiwahia just disintegrating. Previously, I think there could have been a lot more communication between parties involved, and maybe even getting the ministry involved a lot earlier than what they were. It's interesting to note that there are 27 children within the bus route of this school that potentially could go to this school, and it ended up at 1. So how did it happen? I think that there's a little bit of a division in the community now, those that support the school and didn't want it to go, and those that chose to take their children to other schools. When it happened really quick, and I think if it had been acted on earlier, then we could have actually saved the school, I'm sure of that.
Decisions that you make as one family for your children have a long-term impact on the community, and parental choice is a big part of our culture in New Zealand. However, those choices do have a wider effect on the community, and I think that once your school closes, they don't very often open again.